What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Puro Pinche Party. It's been a minute since we did the last episode, but it's because we've been crazy busy with these last couple events. We've been in Mercadito, we've been in the Round Lake Heights, Fiesta Family Days, or I believe that's what it's called. We did an event at Highwoods Bloody Mary Fest, which we take place in People's Choice. So we've been very busy with a lot of events, so we haven't been able to do a lot of podcasting, but today, okay, hug and then get out of the way.
Okay.
So we've been busy doing a lot of things, trying to prepare for the fall season, which the fall season, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of more events coming up. And just going through the events that I've seen, that a lot of people are starting to start their own businesses, which is really cool. Round Lake has been starting more events,
Right.
and it's been really cool because before, growing up in Round Lake, we had to go to other towns to do things like this. Because with me, I have my cousin Ian.
Nice to meet you guys. Hi, everybody.
He is a chef. With chefs, what's the highest? It's like almost like karate. Like, what's the highest?
I think the highest title you can go to was something I reached on my own, which is it's called the CDC, which is in pronouns words like kind of chef de cuisine.
Okay.
So you're technically so you have your chef de cuisine. It's like a hierarchy chain. Chef de cuisine. You have your sous chef. You have your line cooks, and you have your dishwashers, and so on and so forth.
Okay. And obviously, knowing you didn't know, or you weren't always a chef. So how did you even get into the business?
To be honest, some guy just took a chance on me. You know, I started off washing dishes for like about 3-4 years. I got interested into like every little aspect of what I was doing. You know, from prepping food to just learning how to use a knife.
Obviously, there's an art to using a knife. How would you explain all that as far as?
To be honest, the easiest and most kind of like funny way to say it would be, you gotta learn how to cut yourself so you don't do it again.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I mean, just the proper technique, proper practice, just like with anything else in life. You just have to learn step by step and have somebody willing to show you the proper way to do things.
Yeah. So you learned through?
So I learned through a sous chef at the time. He was a sous chef, my sous chef at the time. I was his prep cook, so I would learn to do like a lot of recipes and learn a lot of different styles of cutting for.
And what kind of style was it? Italian? Was it?
This was a Italian American like sports bar place. It was my first real restaurant where I actually got to be in the kitchen and be a part of like the whole experience of like making food, like seeing what goes into like the day-to-day process of everything. So it was like Italian American, but it was a big emphasis on the sports bar part. You know, we served a lot of pairings. Like we did a lot of dinners that were paired with, the different breweries around the area. So I got really into beers like that as well.
So where's that you're from, for the audience?
I'm from Cicero, Illinois. Born and raised. Really took a lot of my culinary aspect from like western suburbs.
Yeah.
Like my first one was in Hinsdale, then I slowly moved to Oak Brook, and then I made my way back into the city.
Yeah.
So I've been all around Chicagoland areas, and making my name for myself.
So I know before you used to do a lot of the Japanese cuisine. Mm-hmm. Is that something that? What would you say like is your favorite stuff to kind of cook?
Japanese Wagyu. I'm not gonna lie.
And what's Wagyu? Because for a lot of
people that don't know,
I was always saying Wagyu, or something goofy like that.
Yeah.
So what does that even mean? So
Wagyu is just it's just another fancy word for like the beef. Japanese Wagyu is just Japanese beef.
Okay.
So these cows,
So they import them from Japan?
They import the meat from Japan. The cows stay in Japan. Yeah. So what they do with these cows is they're grass fed, taken care of 24 hours around the clock. And the reason why it's the difference between Wagyu and everything, like the domestic, beef and whatever, like your prime, is the marbleization of the meat itself. So you have a lot of connective tissues in between the fat and the meat, and that is due to them giving these cows massages.
So when you're looking for meat, you want to look for more of the marbleization.
You want to look for a good
'Cause
marbleization.
for me, I'm always like, no, this
You're
is
like lean, clean, like as growing up Mexican, we're not used to seeing fat. But this specific type of beef and specific type of fat, it's good to have because it's more flavor and it renders down nicely. So you're eating it and it like just kind of essentially like melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
Way to put it.
'Cause I've had it once and she was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then you also worked for a Korean spot.
Yes, I was at a Korean spot recently for it's like a Korean Japanese for sandwiches. They're called sandos. That's like the Japanese word for sandwich. What we did was
I thought it was the name of the street. Because it was called
Sando Street. Yeah, correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, it was good. The people that I worked there that owned it, they were good friends of mine from working at the other Japanese restaurant. He used to be my general manager.
Okay.
He actually helped me out a lot in like the aspect of building my potential to what it is at the time. What it was at the time. So he's like a really good friend of mine. The restaurant is amazing. But it's whatever you want to put into like fine dining and applying it to sandwiches.
Okay.
Because we take extra care of every little detail that we put in those sandwiches.
Yeah, usually I'm not a really big fan of sandwiches. Sandwiches, I always think of like ham and cheese, certain little things like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sandwich, I don't know. I don't even like, Panera and things like that because
it's a sandwich, essentially.
Yeah,
It's easy, it's quick. But these,
it's like when when your mom says, I make donuts in la casa.
yeah,
There's sandwiches at the house, but like doing that, what would you say that would put that style aside from any other sandwich?
it goes back to the technique and the care that goes into it. I mean, every single ingredient that we've made was made in-house. So like we made all our picklings, we made all our toppings, we made all the sauces in-house. Like everything is pretty much made to order.
Okay.
You walk in and like places have like already kind of warmed up meats that like sitting under like a hot window.
Yeah,
we don't do that. Yeah,
you don't even know how long that's
been sitting there. Yeah, correct. No, you come in, you order, we fry it then and there, we bread it damn near then and there, and you get the best of the best that you can.
That's cool because like I don't know who I was having a conversation with. Like a lot of times for bars they have their limes or there's like a substitute for lime and they have it chilling there. But like every time I do an event, I wake up super early to squeeze my limes, and I'm like squeezing, 5, 6 3-pound bags of limes beforehand. And honestly, I think that sets apart the flavor.
That's the flavor profile, and it sets you apart from everybody else that just buys already pre-squeezed juice.
Yeah, and me following things on Facebook or Instagram, little groups, and they're like, oh yeah, I have this, I found this lime juice, at Restaurant Depot or whatever. It's almost like lime juice, and I bought it. I was like, all right, cool. Maybe this is the little shortcut.
Yeah, the little small cutting corners and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I tried it, and I was like, this does not taste like lime juice. I'm gonna so it was a couple of bucks that I lost, but you
live and you learn. You learn that it's actually better for you to wake up a couple hours earlier and squeeze the juice yourself.
Yeah.
And it sets you apart.
Yeah. So it's cool that there's certain restaurants also do the same, and
100%.
There's so many restaurants popping up that you don't even know who's doing that type of stuff.
That type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
100%.
how like you being a chef and a chef at that caliber, when you go to restaurants, how do you be like, all right, how do you pick whatever restaurants you want? Because obviously you're not
so my wife hates this of me because she thinks I'm annoying about it, because I'm very picky on where we go to eat. I do look at the reviews, I look at the chef itself, like I read into his profile, I read into his backstory, because
check his blood type.
Yeah,
check his credit score.
I damn near want to run his social security number, see if he's clean. But I do a lot of extensive research on restaurants that I like, especially when they're at the caliber of like what I used to do, and like Michelin star, 5-star dining restaurants.
Okay.
It's about the history. It's about the amount of love and care that they put into it. Because if it's just like a regular, like chain restaurant, they don't fucking care.
Yeah.
If I go into like a nice restaurant in the city for like, let's say for instance,
which in the city there's a bunch of restaurants popping up left and right. There's pop-up, there's pop-up spots. There's seasonal. It's crazy. So like, that's why I'm always wondering, like, you in the city, how the hell do you even How do you even know?
It's a lot of research, but it's also like once you're in like that environment of being in the restaurant business, you get to know everybody.
Yeah.
Like your boss may know somebody that knows.
I'm the boss,
chef.
baby. What do you want?
Yeah,
I am the boss.
And then he knows somebody else that knows somebody else that
I know
relatively relate back to me, and then like we all know each other. And we all have like that small interconnection. We're all in this small circle. So like for me, it helps doing that. Like it helps me pick the perfect restaurant to go to. Whether the cuisine, whatever ethnicity the cuisine is. It could be Italian, it could be Mexican, Japanese, it could be French.
Yeah.
Like there's small people that we know everywhere.
That's dope. That's dope. So, what's the next step? What's your next move? What's the food truck? What are you gonna do? What's the move?
All honesty, the next move is to start selling food. Like not like in the aspect of like food truck, but maybe open up a small restaurant. A little pop-up like ghost kitchen.
Yeah.
That might probably be my first step. Eventually opening up a real restaurant, because
obviously that's always goal.
That's my goal. Yeah, that's the go-to goal. If I can make good acquaintances along the way and good collaborations along the way, that'll elevate my experience and elevate everybody else's experience. I mean, that's the goal.
So I had a conversation with your wife early before, and she was saying something about like almost like just for the sake of like the relationship and just doing something fun. You guys wanted to go and just review all these restaurants. Not even review, just pop up, go in and kind of review, like show different dishes for the sake of people. Like I think a lot of small time spots don't have a lot of recognition because it does cost money to publicize what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like what they kind of base on is the little signs are, they're walking traffic, but a lot of the times, because now TikTok and Instagram are really big, like, is that something that you want to help little businesses?
Oh yes, 100%, because at the end of the day, like, I'm going to start off as a little business. Yeah. Before obviously we make the goal and we get to the dream, you're going to start off as like what we call mom and pop, shop. Yeah. So that's the main goal to go do, is like to look at small restaurants that aren't known and places that aren't visible, like to the public audience, review them, give them the hype and the credit that they deserve. Oh yeah. And then move on to the next.
Because a lot of the times, like you said, it's mom and pop. It's literally one person, two people, three people.
Three people max. That's a cousin like that comes in every now and then to work for free.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, which is cool because a lot of the times people get really frustrated. They're like, even as a mobile bar, they're like, oh, what's taking so long? Like, I'm not just pre-batching this stuff and pouring it to you. I'm literally taking my time to serve this drink.
To serve this drink to you the right way.
I can only imagine, food products. Mm-hmm. Because that takes even longer, especially if it has to be cooked, it has to be this, it has to be that.
Yeah.
So that's very cool, and the fact that you're doing that, and not only with your expertise or going out there to other restaurants to give your opinion, because honestly, there's going to be a million opinions, and people don't even need to listen. But for someone that actually knows.
Right.
And for people that actually tried your food, because I've tried your food when you were working at the Japanese steakhouse, which I don't want to mention for, maybe we'll get sued or whatever, but it was a really high class, very, very nice restaurant, which had really good drinks and everything. And the way you gave me opinions on what to try, or because I don't speak Japanese, I don't know what a lot. I like sushi, but I don't even know what a lot of the words mean.
A lot of the words mean, or a lot of what, what
the fact that you're helping a chef from the back, helping like that, that's
cool. And again, it's all about, for me, working in that place was by far the greatest thing that happened in my life, because it gave me the chance to.
It's like, sorry kids, you're second.
Yeah. Yes, you are. No, but in all honesty, it was like one of the best things that happened in my life career-wise, just because of the fact that like it allowed me to be me in an environment that I love to be in. Yeah. It's like I was able to step out and like talk to you and like, yo, like, what are your preferences? What are your food allergies? What are your restrictions? Like, are you on a diet or whatever? This, like, I done it just to like.
Are you on a food journey? Like, what's going on?
Like, what's going on with you? Like, tell me about you, so I can give you the right thing, the perfect thing to set your night. Yeah. That's something that place really honed in on and really talked about. It's nice. Very good. Yeah,
it was a really dope. They're a dope restaurant, and the fact that they gave you the opportunities to do that,
the opportunity and the freedom to do that. Even with like the plating, like how I would bring out those big platters and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that was
that's
nice.
something that we don't do. But I started doing it, and I made it a thing to be common. So like if my regular came in, you know, it's like, yo, like I got my friend here with me, like we want to order this and this, but we don't want 30 plates on our fucking area. Cool. I'll simplify it and I'll put it on the board. You get one plate with all you ordered.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like maybe like a little extra. You know, something that connects me to you in a sense than that we're just talking for like an hour or two while you eat.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
that's dope. That's dope because
Yeah.
next time they'll get a bigger sense of what you want, and you know what? With that kind of attention, somebody will want to go there again.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, I had customers that, you know, I have different events, and they'll ask me through like social media, like, "Where's your next event?" And you know what's crazy is because a lot of the times that I do non-alcoholic cocktails, and it's dope. You know, people don't need have to have alcohol too.
Yeah, people can enjoy a good drink because that's nowadays. I feel like everybody, you need to stand out, and the fact that you make delicious non-alcoholic drinks is cool because not everybody does that.
Yeah.
You know, everybody just wants like a good like margarita or a good, you know.
It almost feels like a social standard that you
Yes,
need to have a drink
correct,
in your
yeah,
hand, and the fact that like people don't drink or this and that, like it's a really big thing.
Yeah.
And it's really dope that like people are starting to see it, and they're like, oh, well, you gotta go bigger. But honestly, like I don't want to go too big that it takes almost the authenticity out.
Yeah. Take
So-
the authenticity and the consistency of the level that you're performing at.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you want to keep the consistency at a good pace. You want to keep, you know, the authenticity at the same pace, and you know, develop that to like master it.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I was at that one restaurant for about 8 years, 7 years,
Oh shit. Okay.
and it took me a while to get to where I was.
Yeah.
You know, I rose fast, but in order for me to really hone my things, you know, it took years.
Yeah.
It took me to because we have that. Well, it's not like a chain, but we have several locations throughout the U.S. and Europe. So I was able to travel to like, you know, Skokie. I was able to travel to downtown Chicago, like the busy part of the areas, and learn from other chefs.
Oh yeah.
And you know, that not only like welcomed me, but allowed me to continue to be me.
Yeah.
And hone what I have to offer them, so we can feed off of each other.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
dope.
it's cool.
It's almost like music, you know. It's almost like like a fucking orchestra.
Like
that,
you come in with like the beat, and I come in with the bass, and you know, we
Yeah.
make some fucking sweet ass tunes.
Yeah.
It's kind of literally what it is.
That's dope.
And everybody has like their own set tune. You just gotta adjust to fit that vibe.
Yeah.
Add it to your own, and then now you're amplified to like the max.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
dope. I like that.
Yeah,
a lot
very
of people,
cool.
not a lot of people can appreciate that. A lot of people want to.
Some people take advantage of it rather than
Oh, hell
appreciate it. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's been a hard journey, but like now I feel like the next chapter of my life is just, you know, focusing on me rather than helping others succeed.
Yeah.
You know, because I love helping, but I also need to help myself.
Yeah, get yourself to the
Get
next
myself
level.
to the next level.
You know, and
know.
put your name out there. Put
Yeah.
your fucking stamp out there and put what you're about. You know, and it's really exciting. But yeah, it's dope. Thank you for taking the time to sit down real quick for the podcast. Like I said, it's been a minute since we were able to shoot an episode.
Yeah,
But the
something
fact that,
quick
you know,
and easy for the people,
I've been
yeah.
wanting to get you on this for a while just because I've had your food.
Yeah.
I've tried your stuff, and you know,
No,
growing
we
up
know
with
what
you, I
we
was
should
like,
do.
I didn't even know this guy was capable. And it's like, who else is gonna give you a chance? Usually, it's your family that's gonna give you a chance.
And
the
the ones I would rather do it for too, because they're the most honest. They're brutally
they're-
honest.
Oh yeah.
We're brutally honest.
There's a lot of people that don't want you to succeed.
You know what we should do next time? I think we should have like a part 2, and I bring in some food and we make it together.
Put it together next time.
Put it together next
we'll
time.
Put an episode.
Put an
yeah,
episode
that'd be
in for
dope.
that. Yeah, I think you would enjoy that. I think the people would enjoy that shit too.
Yeah.
You
maybe
know,
we'll
for
do
the ones that are
maybe we'll
watching
do
out there.
Maybe we'll do a live episode or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for being on the podcast.
Yeah, of course,
appreciate
man.
it.
Hey,
I'm
shout out
pretty
to the
sure-
podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You know,
sir.
if you guys want to give me a follow, Instagram, IG is Grand Chef Alexander. Facebook, Ian Huerta, you know, whatever you guys want to look at.
And also look out for the new, if he starts his new podcast himself for trying out different restaurants. I definitely would like to be a part of that also.
Oh, fuck yeah. I would gladly have you around.
But
Gladly.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Primo. All right.
See you guys next time.
Peace out.